Boogie balls.
Yeah. What drop?
Every time he says I go, you two are sitting over there going.
Oh, just do it.
What do you say? Shaggy?
Actually, I'm gonna do the thing.
Shaggy?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh, we're on. we're actually on.
Hey, boo-boo. We go swap us up. Big a nigga bounce guys.
Is that why you call Little Bear?
No.
Welcome to the aftermath of the trip. We're still on our way home. We still have, how far we got to go? 1,500 k's?
Yeah, roughly. I think it's around that.
Yeah,
a long way.
And we're not in a hurry because we're having a beer. Yeah. Okay.
So if you want to sponsor us.
Yeah, I'll accept any beer sponsorship. So this is the afterthoughts and highlights and all the moments and behind the scenes stuff that that you may not have seen in the series, and all that other stuff. Bit of banter, a bit of pranks. Let's start with the stressful lead up because it was stressful.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
It was very stressful. For me, it was. I was the most disorganised ever. We got Amalia behind the camera here, the assistant, and if it wasn't for her, like the meal plans, all this stuff, there's a lot, all the research, all the information, all that stuff wouldn't have been done.
We'll be living on 2-minute noodles, I reckon, the whole trip.
We'll probably end up somewhere different.
Bit of behind the scenes stuff here. Hey, who's that?
Hey.
That's Amalia. Say hello, Amalia.
Hi.
That's the assistant helping us out on this trip. Hey, we got incoming. Well, it's a bit easier now. Having an assistant, you can drop off the side of the road, and then also having a trailer, you don't have to turn around and pick him up. That's what the rest of the crew's for, right? He didn't charge you for taxi, did he?
No, I had the aircon on, mate.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have had a very good food plan.
No.
Put it that way. It worked out pretty good. Yeah, a few minor hiccups, people forgetting to pull stuff out of the freezer, but but anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's what? Let's talk about the things leading up. We found my suspension was as good as the vehicles behind us here. So I got that changed the day before at Malaga Suspension. So I am dropping a plug for these guys because they fit me in the day before I had to go. And if it didn't happen, I don't think this trip would have happened. This is the day before we we leave for the Beadell HWY. So right now I'm at Malaga Suspension getting my suspension sorted on my vehicle before we head off. There are so many issues with it, and they're all going to get fixed here. Or it would have been cut short.
Yeah, that was with a long weekend.
Yes, with the long weekend coming up. So I missed the Monday, I had the Tuesday, we left on the Wednesday. It was a meal. And then I got the X1 trailer on the Wednesday, so I didn't even get to figure out how to use the trailer.
Yeah, you pulled up to come and see me, and you're like turning things on and
how do we
checking
use
stuff,
this?
and we're like, oh.
We'll just have to wing it.
Yeah.
We did pretty well.
Yeah, we did pretty well. Yeah. I mean, that was a big.
Amalia went and picked up the trailer, or someone did, because you didn't have a car as well.
Yeah, well, Amalia picked me up from the suspension shop. We got the trailer, and then dropped the trailer at the suspension shop. Then I waited till 5 o'clock till my car was done, and then drove it home. And I was like, I haven't even looked inside Australia yet. All right, on the drive now to PDP to get some more software put into the new power thing I've got, which will be revealed later on while I'm away.
You've gone with your camera. You've got beer, mate. It's one of those
How are you going, mate? What are you doing before you're going?
Everything.
This is, what is it? Exactly 24 hours until we go.
Yeah, that's your clock.
Oh, actually, yeah, less than that.
3 hours.
Yeah.
We're still putting awnings, water tanks, mounting the fridges, powering fridges.
Okay.
Changing things,
What about your car? I came to see you to start the convoy.
The plan was you flew out for a week, get your car done. I had a whole week to do my car.
Yeah.
Your car took 2 weeks, and I had one day, I think, to sort of bolt in what I could get bolted in. And, and that's when you rolled up at 5 and said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm working on my car." So
At least
it was a
your
late
car,
night.
At least it started.
Yeah, started.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So,
Alright. Yeah. Oh, we got there. We were halfway to camp when you were still bolting stuff on your car.
Yeah, I rang you and said, oh, where's this place we got to go? And you're like, where are you? I was like, yeah, just leave my house. That was midnight.
You roll into camp 5:30 a.m. the next day.
Sun was coming up.
So, right, you Torps?
Tyres and rims.
Got them
Simple
the day before?
Day before. They were ordered 5 weeks ago, and twice they didn't send the rims. So, very disappointed.
They don't like you.
No, apparently. So, we went for a different set of rims and got them within an hour, so...
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, so it was lucky.
Yeah.
And then staked a brand new tyre 300 k's in.
How many plugs was it?
10 plugs,
10
and
plugs?
it still leaks.
Jeez.
Wayne.
With me it was the drawers.
drawers?
I went there 3 days before to pick them up, and it was just a frame, just a shell. So I was like, oh. So I gave a Dingo 4x4 a hand, put them together. And that morning I sprayed it, put the locks in, put all the seals. Afternoon. Yes, that is one of my leaf springs. It is a Tuesday afternoon. We are leaving approximately 24 hours to go on a trip up north. So we've got my leaf springs, which I've just added an extra spring just because the 3-leaf parabolic was just a bit too soft. So went up to Perth today, chucked in the 4th, and this is the current condition underneath. So got the high clearance brackets, the leaf springs. I've never done these before, so it's a bit of a learning curve. I had a bit of fun, and tray is a little bit empty. And here's my drawers. Just got one undercoat at the moment. I'll probably do the final coat first thing in the morning, and hopefully it's a nice hot day so I can let them bake a little bit, and then hit the road and meet up with the boys up north. So catch us later.
So you painted it that morning?
Yeah, that morning.
The morning we left?
Yeah. So it's pretty much drying on the way.
I thought you painted it the day before. You painted it the morning you
No, I
left.
primed it before, the day before.
Oh, okay.
But then the actual paint was that morning.
So you were still
Still
putting
had to
stuff
pack
in it
them.
while it was wet then? Just blocking it with the wet paint?
So all that dust and soot is in the paint now.
No, it should be good. And I had the lights, had the tailgate, the gas bottles to go in. I think I even serviced it the day before too. Dropped the oil.
You did put oil back in it, yeah?
I think so, yeah. Well, the light hasn't come on, so it's all good.
Oh, the one with black tape on it.
And
Right, your tail lights, you forgot to put those back together.
oh yeah,
They're behind me.
Yeah.
They're behind me, yeah.
and we had to still pack, make sure everything worked.
Yeah.
So it was just on the go.
So, yeah, stressful times leading up to that trip.
Oh, and I had to change because I got new number plates. I had to change all my permits. Just do the
Of
right
course.
thing. It probably wouldn't have been an
Yep.
issue, but you never know.
Yeah, we didn't actually get checked. They all said they were going to check us.
Yeah.
And we didn't get checked.
Yeah.
But the one time you don't get the permits will be the day they check
Yeah.
us.
Like the
Yeah.
people we spoke to in Cooper Pedy.
Oh, that's right.
There was one permit they forgot, and they got
had to
rounded up by
wait.
the military.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh no, it was closed, but they come at the tail end of it, and they didn't have a
Oh,
permit.
yeah, that's right.
Because they didn't know.
So they do check.
They got rounded up by the military and told to
Yeah.
get out.
Well, the military was the worst, wasn't it? It was 6 months imprisonment and
$2,000.
$2,000.
Hey, it used to be
500 a
7
day.
years. Remember the old sign? 7 years?
Wow.
Yeah, actually, that's right. There was two signs that were
Yeah, it
different
was.
stories.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get onto that nuclear test site
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bit later.
How we going, Torbs?
Good.
So what do you want to say about this trip so far?
Absolutely spectacular. Had a bit of everything.
Yeah. Even with your winch packing out, you're still having fun.
Still having fun. Good excuse to get a new and upgraded one.
Yeah, that's it. 2 winches down, 2 to go.
Yeah, let's not tempt fate.
Yes, sir.
The Beadell guinea pigs. The guinea pigs. The track wasn't open until the day we arrived, and I spoke to the guy at the Shire, and he was willing to give us a 5th permit to allow us access. We didn't need that permit, but I think that what that permit would have meant was, you know, you're on your own. There's no help, there's no insurance, all that kind of stuff. So luckily we didn't need the 5th permit, and we just accessed the track by the normal 4 permits. 4 permits to access this track. That's the most permits I've ever had to apply for. This track had been closed for months, and it was open the day we arrived. And no one really had any information on it because no one driven it for 3 months. So here we are, the guinea pigs.
Mud slugs.
Mud slugs, yeah. So the start of the track was a bit wet. We did a bit of a detour, and that's where we got in trouble. And that was a 40-kilometre scenic route around the Salt Lakes.
Yes. Yo Lake, wasn't it?
What's that?
Yo Lake?
Yeah, Yo Lake. Yeah, Yo Lake.
After we stayed at the homestead.
Yep. And what actually happened was, once we passed the first 2 water crossings, the second one we passed, it was like no one wanted to go back through that if we had to go back through. It was definitely going to get stuck.
Yeah.
You hit that at like warp speed Mach 5.
I was not going down.
If you had a complete skid plate underneath, you would have skimmed across.
That's where Wayne stopped just before and slid off. That was the first recovery.
Yeah.
We were like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Hey mate, my cruiser and the X1 made it through. Straight up.
I think the nerves were definitely running because no one's been through. So I was like, oh man, are we going to get through?
Yeah.
I think that's what was cool.
Especially when the goat went down.
I was trying to get my locker to engage and doing the old turn, and then whoop, down I went.
You went half a foot or a foot off the
Yeah,
track.
it was like, because you're like, how do you get bogged?
Yeah, I was on the other side going, is he bogged?
Yeah.
What's he? Wayne's bogged? Get the camera.
Sarah's like, because Sarah goes, I think we're sinking. I was like, we are.
Yeah, we're going down.
We are.
Yeah.
How fast are we going, Wayne?
Yeah.
0 kilometres.
It was.
Then we get to that Salt Lake and we're like, oh, we're going to have to turn around. And we're all thinking about that last water crossing with the just like, nah, that trailer's going to get hooked up, man.
Yeah.
There were some holes in that.
Yeah, like it's going to be like day 2 and we're going to drown the trailer in the car, no way. So Wayne, with the drone we spotted that other track going around the edge of the, which is kind of like a high tide track, I guess. Because we couldn't even see the track in the water. It was gone. It was under.
We went for a walk, eh?
Well, there was little waves
Quite a fair way.
with the wind and there was that much water in the Salt
pushing
Lake.
the water, yeah. So we ended up driving that track, and that track was soggy.
Yeah, well, the ground was moving when we stopped, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
he was
like
driving
bubbling.
on this bit, the next bit's lifting up. It was like,
Yeah.
and then he's like, oh, it's a bit soft here, and I'm like,
No, it was like, I felt the car go, this little like dip, and I said to Ronnie, I was like, oh, might be a bit soft there. And I looked back in the rear view, and there he is down.
Big time.
It's like just stirs it up a little bit.
mm.
Normally it's a 3-car rule, but this was like 2-car rule.
Yeah, I was the trailer, it'd be the 3rd car. I was trying to be real careful by just reversing, but then the trailer sank and then dug against the bank, and then that was it.
Yeah,
And I was just like, nah, just pull me out now before I make it worse. And then old mate here, 3 times, burns his winch out.
I think you set him up though.
3 times.
You need a salad.
And he was blaming me. Oh, you ripped it up. I was like, mate, I just drove through it nicely. It was already when the trailer went through. It was the holes.
Yeah, the hole was made when I went through.
Good fun.
Yeah, that will.
Send
What
the
did we
heavyweight
do?
through last day.
We didn't do too many Ks, and we'd probably.
Yeah.
It was going to be a long day if it was like that the whole way, eh?
Yeah. Well,
Because we were worried after that.
yeah, I thought it was the worst one, right?
Yeah.
But it turned out to be the easiest one. But if we got that wrong, like Mr. Skatey here.
Oh. And then you stepped off the track, lost both shoes.
Bit stuck.
That's actually really scary.
Good job.
Oh, and it's seeping in.
Oh, this is gonna be long.
Oh.
That's why we have to stay on the track.
That wasn't even a foot off the track.
I know.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
There
And
was
then
no
you
bottom.
walked to the other side, and I did as well. We both ended up.
Could you imagine a car?
Oh, we wouldn't want to go off there.
No,
It
I
wasn't
don't think
coming
I don't
back.
think you'd get it back.
No. We
It'd be gone.
Yeah.
well, you had both feet. You were trying to pull them back out.
Yeah,
Your shoes actually came off.
one
You
did,
got
yeah.
your shoes in a trade, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it is amazing how just over the years, just
That's
The
it.
compaction.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like you go that much off the track and you're gone. Like it was.
Yep.
It just must show everyone's like.
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
track.
Especially
Well,
when it had a
that's
bend in it, and we needed a bit of speed too, because there were a few boggy sections in it.
Yeah.
And the car stank after that.
Yeah, that water was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wayne went through, stirred it up. I was like,
But after that, it was pretty dry.
yeah, no.
Yeah, it went well.
Until we got
I
to
think we were all pretty stoked when we got to the other side.
yeah.
Because no one wanted to get out of their car in that.
Nah, definitely not. And then when we got to the halfway point, where that guy said, "Oh, you guys are keen." What was his name?
What was that?
He stays there by himself.
Caretaker?
At the station.
It's
The Roadhouse.
Yeah, the Roadhouse.
The Kirkart Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name though.
Oh, it was Steve or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Alan.
Yeah, yeah.
Alan.
And he said,
Alan, Steve.
uh,
No,
what do
Steve.
oh, no one's come from the east. Don't know what you're going to walk into. And we're like, oh.
Yeah.
No one's crossed the Salt Lake.
Yeah, Salt Lake, and just on the other side of the South Australian border.
Yeah.
And we were all worried about it. And I was setting a drone up, all I could see was this water. I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we saw the most camels. On that last.
22 camels, wasn't
Hump day.
it? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
hump
it
day.
was too.
Yeah. Well, I spotted them with binoculars.
Well, I mean, talking about camels, we didn't see any camels for the first 3-4 days. You
Yeah.
reckon?
Yeah,
Not
well,
Apart from dead camels.
Yeah.
I
So-
saw a lot of footprints.
Yeah, so we
Not
met
so.
these two camel hunters, right?
Yeah.
Covered head to toe in blood.
Yeah, I reckon it was a bit.
Yeah. they were-
Uh,
That was
So,
Wolf Creek like.
so when you come across these two blokes in the middle of nowhere, this old 75 series Land Cruiser banged up, camel legs hanging off it, blood everywhere, and they covered head to toe in blood, and got a rolly dart here and bloody rifle in the other hand. You're like, Yeah, there's 3 more cars behind me. They were good blokes, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm thankful we give them a wind check because it doesn't look like they were getting out of that in a hurry.
yeah.
Well, there was, and he just missed his old track. And that's how quick he dropped with all that weight. That was
Yeah.
just sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were proper camel hunters. They were like employed to be camel
Yeah.
hunters. Camels are real, destroy a lot of things out there. We have the most wild camels in the world, in Australia. And they knock off about 14. They took all the
he
meat
had
back.
7. Well, he had I think 28 legs hanging off the car. So
Yeah.
it's that seven that they'd taken down.
And a camel leg is pretty big.
He was
Oh, yeah.
loaded up. He
Yeah,
was
he
really
had a lot
heavy.
of weight on.
That's probably why it was a bit
How
bogged
heavy is
too.
a camel leg?
I took
One
two of them.
camel leg.
Took two
Well,
of
it
them
took
to
2
lift
of them to
Yeah.
lift it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And they're big boys.
And these big meat hooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surprising there was no flies though. Was there?
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
because fresh kill.
Yeah, okay.
But they did have a soft side to them when they brought the little thorny devil.
Oh, yeah. They were definitely proper bushmen, eh? Might help these fellas out and then record the little fella after. These guys don't want to be on camera, so we'll just do the silent thing. Yeah. When I went to extend the hand to shake the hand, and when we were taking off, they're like, "Oh, really? I got blood on my hands." I was like, I went to the car, looked like man.
And man, those camels stink. But then I looked out my window and there's Ronnie standing there. I was like,
And that was only day 3.
Yeah, I've never seen you leg it
It's
so
hard.
fast. Yeah.
actually, that's another thing about this trip is the heat. That
Oh,
was,
The heat. Oh man.
I think we had an average of 35, 37. Even at 7 o'clock at night was 30 degrees. It was,
Yeah, those first couple of nights was.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Killer.
I think that's where our water level, like, you know.
Yeah.
There was dry heat though.
Yeah,
so
I was
Yeah.
drinking heaps of water the first
Oh,
couple of
man.
days. It was.
Yeah. And at night, it was all vents open, eh? Just
Yeah, it didn't really rain, did it?
no.
no.
Just
Wayne
couple
did
of-
do his rain dance.
Yeah, sure.
I think we all did a rain dance at Wayne's party.
But I think with the heat though, it just showed our fridges all
Maybe it
struggled,
was the
eh?
heat that night.
All the fridges struggled.
Yeah, and then,
No. Not all the fridges.
well, I mean,
Oh, here we go, Mr. Techni Ice plug.
No, I
your
was quite
fridges-
impressed.
Is it the top one or the front one?
Is it still running?
Yeah, top one or front one?
Top one.
Buddy, you Oh, that's cold.
Bit of ice cold water.
That's fucking cold.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, go away.
Do you want a drink?
Please. I hope your torch is waterproof, hun.
There's the main culprit right there.
No, nothing to do with me.
Broken stuff.
Broke that one.
What do you broke?
Nothing wanted to stay on the front end of my car. I lost the AM/FM aerial, clean off, sand flag. Yeah, that just duct taped it back on, zip tied it on the bull bar. I think we all, those Bush, was it? Bush Ranger or
Road safe
road say? I don't know. Yes.
flags.
I like what
The
you
white,
did with yours.
the white stems. Oh yeah, I made it a foldable one. Man, they are just pieces of garbage.
Yeah.
They make some good stuff, road safe, but their sand flags, they suck.
That was the first. Mine was brand new.
No, I'm frustrated because I bought 3 now.
So
I used to have the one you had.
Yep.
That's the best one.
And mine's still, well, I lost the actual flag, but
Where's yours from?
He doesn't have one. I've taken it.
it's just some little four-wheel drive shop in Wangara.
Yeah, but it's like a specific brand. It's like the red pole. Don't buy the white poles. They are rubbish. We're in spin effects country now. Oh, it's actually de-sleeved itself. It's flailed. I lost my sand flag just back there. You hit the first tree, snap, and then your permit says you must have a flag. It's like, great.
Get your fishing rods out.
Yeah.
I must admit though, the back track we went on was well overgrown. So we did.
They did get hammered.
Yeah, they did get
So
hammered.
his.
Yeah, that's actually, you know what? That's a fair point. Torben's went everywhere ours did. So, and it's
Yeah.
still standing. So yeah, there you go. That's no excuse then, really, is it?
No.
But yours hasn't actually broken, has it?
That's just the flag keeps coming off.
Oh, how many trees did you climb to get it out of? Twice. And it's come off the car, didn't it?
Did you really?
Yeah, I climbed the tree because I was walking and I was like, there it is in the bloody tree.
Yeah, the one time I was driving and I saw it go to the left and I saw the tree coming and I was like, oh, that's going to make it. And as we went under the tree, it went back the other way and got stuck in there.
So I was doing the old climb the tree and then the tree was coming down. I was like, it's going to snap. I was off the ground.
You used to climbing trees.
Yeah,
Did you run away from lions, yeah?
yeah.
The hippos.
Gotta be a good tree climber if you're from South Africa.
Can't lions climb trees?
It's a myth.
Not as fast as Wayne.
It's a myth, is it?
No, a lion can't climb a tree like this thick.
Oh, you're righto, but you can.
And we lost 2 mirrors, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
mirrors.
Well, you lost the mirror. I smashed mine, and then
Gained
now
the
your
mirror.
mirror is inside my mirror.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Then
Well, he had the trailer, so I thought I'd give it to him.
That was on the cursed track.
Yeah,
The bad spirits
that's Spirit's track.
smashed my mirror.
it was lucky you checked your fridge one night.
Yeah, the plug came
Plug
out.
was out, and I think it was the next night. I was like, oh, just check the fridge again. I was restocking. I was like, oh, it's not working. I thought it had, given in on me, and the plug was out as well.
Mm,
And mine were all strapped in, same as yours.
yeah,
So
Bizarre.
I think it was just the track. It was
the corrugations.
corrugation.
Yeah.
Some spots were just.
We'll get on the
It's chronic.
corrugations soon, but that's probably the cause of most. There was a few things that rattled loose on the Patriot, but I think that was the only spot that had the Allen key
Yeah, just at the
holding the
front.
gas bottle.
Yeah.
It was just one side, so I reckon
Yeah, the other side
it was
was
just the boys in the factory hadn't tightened it enough.
Yeah.
And we did a tyre. You did a tyre.
Yeah, it did a tyre. Brand new.
You did a
tyre.
brand new tyre.
Mm.
Sidewall.
It was
10
a weird
plugs.
one. It was a hole, and
It
every
kept
time I
tearing.
plugged it, it just tore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it might be a faulty tyre. So
Yeah.
we'll
I used to have
what
new
they say.
tyres. They were bloody good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah,
it's
when you
interesting.
copped that, I was like, hang on, I got the same tyres here, but take it easy. I was like,
We can try. We can try and put a knife in yours, see if it does the
Yeah,
same thing.
no, I was worried if the rims were the same, I'll wake up and I'll have his tyre on the side of mine.
I wouldn't do
Same
that.
stud pattern.
And there was a water tank.
The water tank. Yep. I reckon that was a very
Or
unfortunate
maybe it was cursed.
thing.
I had
Yeah,
just
that
dramas
was-
with my water tank from the start.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
that
it
was
was, mine
yours.
wasn't split, it was just the breather was just wouldn't
Mm.
fill.
Mm.
But it was literally at the full mark, and with the
Yeah.
car moving.
I don't know what happened to the X1 bloody water tank. It's just weird.
I think it's pretty good now, though, after we...
Well, Well, we sealed it,
Yeah.
but we didn't seal it till later because the leak took ages to leak out, so we couldn't seal it. Then we finally depleted the water, and then we could seal it. And we didn't want to use all the water because we're so remote, and it was so bloody hot.
Yeah.
Actually, when going back on that track, we were pretty lucky. It had a lot of rain. The water tanks were full, which we didn't know were going to be there.
Yes.
And just given we had...
That's because we were the first as well.
Yeah.
I reckon a lot of people go out there and just have a shower and use the drinking water as a shower, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think about the next person coming.
Yeah, but we actually used the wells, pumped the water out and had some
cool.
yellow water drizzle on us. Yeah.
And we
Through a
lost.
tech screwed bucket.
Yeah, that was cool. I reckon that.
That was a good shower.
That was yeah.
And we lost 2 draws. Once for real. Once when they played a prank on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would never play a prank on you, Sam.
Lucky I had mirrors because I was like, what's that guy flashing me for? Because when we pulled in out of Cooper Petey.
Oh, he's driving the
he's
highway.
just going by, mate. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, look in the mirror. Hey Wayne, your draw's out. He's like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, no, dude, your draw's out.
I forgot to do the walk around check and just, forgot the draw.
Oh yeah, and we've lost my favourite hat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You left the bag somewhere.
Won't leave that one down.
Oh.
I think
What else was there?
I tend to do that as well, like leave stuff open on the car, but because I was towing a trailer, I was doing extra checks.
Yeah.
And then because Amalia was passenger, she was doing the checks as well. So I was kind of checking it twice every
Actually,
time.
and then I almost lost my number plate when we filmed.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was at night. And Marley goes, oh, your number plate's just hanging down. It was on the last thread.
Yeah, then they hung off the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I put a zip tie on it. Even the zip tie broke.
Coming to get you, Ronnie.
Corrugations.
Suck.
They do. I think they could have been far worse. I think we were actually a little bit lucky, but they were absolutely horrible in some areas, but not so bad in other areas. I think it was much to do with we were the first to go there and it had rained a lot, so a lot of silt was in between all the corrugations. So it actually fixed the track. And then other corrugations were just not there. You could see on the edges, but it all been washed away.
Yeah.
We got massive washouts, didn't we?
Oh,
Had like the big V ones where we like, I think I had a wheel off the ground, like a metre or something.
swallowed your whole, yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Oh, and then the other one, right on the side.
Man.
yeah, actually, yeah, it was big washout there.
That's
Yeah, I was a
cool.
bit sketchy. Had three people tell me 3 different things, and I was like, in the end, I'll just get out and have a look. And I was like, oh, I'll just drive it.
That's the simplest thing to do sometimes.
It is.
Just assess your own situation.
Yeah.
Because then you know what your car, how much further you can go.
How much
Yeah.
damage is going to get
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and what's actually leaning.
Yeah.
So, corrugation wise, what you guys?
What corrugations?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. He's trying to
Oh,
plug
yeah.
his BP52s.
I saw that. I
51.
saw your car rattling.
Yeah.
Oh, the car was rattling, don't you worry.
I heard you on the
But
radio. Oh, yeah.
He was probably asleep half the time.
These BP51s are excellent.
Actually, no, it must have been bad because his radio was just mud when we hit the corrugations. What happened to your radio?
Then I'll be like, no, my Dobinson's a bit. It's pretty much
I was
how
like,
it
yeah, if something doesn't snap off my car here, it's a good test. I was like, yeah, it's the first time it's really had a proper beating like that.
I don't think any suspension can sort out corrugations, to be
No.
honest.
No.
Yeah.
You can have
You're-
$50,000 shocks and you'll still feel them.
Yeah.
The mounts are cracking on your spotties, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
But
only
not
just hanging
the-
on.
But from the bull bar side, not from the spotties.
I reckon because the spotties are so heavy. Those
Yeah.
spotties are heavy.
They are, yeah. But I need to beef up those brackets, I think. And you had a porridge in your box from the corrugations.
Yeah, I lost a litre of milk.
Oh.
Yeah,
I feel
and
your
I
pain
actually,
there.
and because you take all the long cuts, Ronnie, I didn't open that box because
Guilty
what
as
time
charged.
did we? 2:30, 2 o'clock, the night before,
Yeah, about that.
and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, swag out, noodles, get to bed. Whole next day, drive, dinner, got to open some stuff up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I lost a litre of long life milk.
in like near on 40-degree
Yeah,
heat.
it was just custard.
Inside a plastic box, so it would have been
Everyone
like
was-
50 degrees.
Yeah.
And you discovered it inside the
I
mine, so
really-
none of us could get away from the smell.
I was disappointed, you know, like there was no team effort helping me clean. I was like, this really got some mates here.
Yeah,
I was cooking your meal that night, thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
I was,
no one was coming to help me.
No.
And then you thought I pulled a prank on you, pulled it down your front of your windscreen. When
Yeah, because you said you put it down my air vent, but it was actually my battery smelling like rotten eggs.
I was like, mate,
Cooked my battery.
I still got that smell this morning, in that case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's never going to go.
No,
I'll sell
Got
that
your cases
case.
back, Wayne?
no, that's right, mate.
I'd sell that case. Get a refund. It stink.
Oh,
Fuel planning. I thought I knew my fuel planning very well.
Yeah,
But-
this,
Oh, this one stuffed us up.
But I stuffed mine up by about 40 litres, I think.
Mm.
And I'm just glad I bought that extra jerry can, which was cheaper in Laverton than it was in the Perth CBD. Shame on you, Perth CBD. So,
I mean,
fuel.
there was fuel halfway, but it came at a price.
oh,
we-
I paid that
yeah.
price.
What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
how much did you put in?
litres or cost?
$3 a litre.
Yeah,
You
wait,
put,
in
you put 100 litres.
Yeah, 115 litres. I was eating noodles for the rest of that week.
Damn. Eating noodles for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, it was worth it. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I think like
But I got the smallest tank. You guys have almost 270 litres roughly, are you?
300.
No, 300,
Yeah, see, I only had
302.
180 plus Jerry's.
I have 342 on board, and I needed the last 40 just to get to Cooper Pedy.
Yeah, we both ran in on lights.
Yeah, I ran in on lights. Down.
I think for this track, if you're used to doing 15 litres per 100,
Yeah, add
you
some.
need to make it at least 20 if you're
Yeah.
working it out.
Yeah, I worked it out on 20,
Did you?
and it'll be more like
Yeah.
22.
Yeah,
I had
but
too
like
much
it-
fun
just
on
say
the
if your
dunes.
car's doing 15,
Cut.
then you go on 20.
South Australia, Western Australia, South Australia, Western Australia, South Australia. WA, SA. I get 10 cents a can over here. Over here, I get nothing.
But we still paid the
Both.
10%.
I get 5 cents
10
now.
cent. Any idea how to spell out Amelia's name?
Malia.
You get a bit stir crazy when you're out here. Did it work?
No.
The trailer, the Patriot Campers X1, which we planned the whole trip around. I thought it was pretty good,
I thought it was
the way
a bomb.
everything worked out.
Yeah.
Look, this is the longest trip off-road I've towed a trailer for. As what we're referring to now is the communal whole part of it. We all use it as like a communal part. We all did our cooking, we all did our breakfast, lunches, road
Showers.
stops. Wayne's using my shower. Say good day, Wayne. So we've got the shower hooked up to the X1. We're not using the heater. It has a diesel heater, believe it or not. We're not using that because it's too bloody hot out here. So that's the shower there. So if you cut this off, this stops Wayne's shower.
Hey! Yeah.
Showers when we fix the water tank because we don't want to lose precious
Storage.
water. Washing hands,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
lights.
Yeah, it had
Everything.
everything in it. It was simple and small as well. Like, it was easy to get to
Yeah.
everything.
Mm.
There was no wasted space.
Yeah, definitely. I think that trailer is actually meant for like a family sort of getaway because you can have all your stuff in the trailer. You can probably just have a pretty stock vehicle, to be honest.
There's heaps of stuff.
However, the way we used it was we had a lot of camera gear in the trailer. We had all our gear in the trailer. We used it as a communal thing. The tent was definitely overkill, I've got to say, and a bit of a pain for one person to set up. Bloody good mattress. I slept like a king in that thing. The tent was too big for one person. So the tent side of it, the awning I found was a bit too much mucking around.
It's not a,
All right if you're a big group
yeah.
and you set up for a couple of days.
Yeah,
Then that awning's good.
Yeah, that pretty
Nice.
sums it up.
Yeah.
When we pull up somewhere at
For 5 minutes or
1
20
o'clock
minutes.
in the morning or whatever,
Yeah.
you're not.
We're not going to pull the awning out. We
Yeah.
pulled it out once, and then we
Yeah.
packed it back together, and we're like, yeah, we want to stay there for quite a while. should I bring the trailer in the cave? And it's like, you said to start with, no, I probably wouldn't. And then we got down there, and there's nowhere to go. It's like, oh, well, I guess the trailer's going in the cave.
You're committed. Once you start going down that hill.
Yeah, that was it. And when I first saw the first few corners, I was like, oh, no. I'm so glad I had 14 days practice with this thing, or 7 days prior.
It was so tight, some of those corners in there. And then I was looking at Wayne's rooftop.
Oh, man.
That was...
Yeah.
Only had inches, like.
Yeah, and you were scratching both your awnings on sides.
There was that one turn, both awnings just dragging along the wall.
Oh, man.
But we got that trailer in there, we got it out.
Yeah.
In one piece.
Twice.
We went in there twice, that's right.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. What do you reckon how it drove? Like honestly, I couldn't feel it half the time.
It looked good.
Followed
you everywhere. Airborne.
There was a couple of times I had it airborne, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the air suspension.
That's why it's airborne.
Like it was just, I reckon the way it landed. I mean, you know, it didn't
The way it
bounce,
landed.
it didn't
It sounds
bounce
really
around,
bad.
You know, like it.
I hope Justin's not watching.
Yeah, but I mean, look, and look at nothing broke on it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
wasn't-
how many camper trailers did we come across on the track?
Yeah, I know.
4.
Yeah. There was a few. Look, I didn't drive it to break it like a lot of other personalities do in their video shows and stuff. They thrash them too much.
But some of the stuff on the track just pops up in front of you. And what are you gonna do?
The way I drove it was, I didn't nurse it around. That's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to break it either. I'm borrowing a trailer from someone. It might be a company. An individual. It doesn't matter. You're borrowing something from someone. You got to take care of it. So I drove it how I'd drive it if it was mine, kinda, but a little bit less.
Sparingly.
I was pleased. This is definitely not the last time I'll tow a trailer. I reckon it was brilliant. Be a different trailer next time, because the tent's overkill, the awning's overkill. Family trip, I'll definitely take that out for sure. But next time, you know, maybe an X2, or maybe someone else's trailer, maybe a Dot, maybe something else. I'll definitely want to try another trailer. It's just so much easier with all the camera gear. Goog's track was pretty easy, but that was so much fun with that trailer.
Yeah.
You know.
Otherwise it would
Yeah,
have been
because we were
boring.
sort of
And you
talking
gotta
up
drive
to
so
the
much
trip.
different.
We were like,
Yeah.
oh, sand dunes, how's it going to go? You know, like
Yeah.
we were prepared to be doing some winching, but yeah, I mean, really, it was just a bit of a walk in the park in some spots, and like it didn't hinder us.
No, not at all. Complete package, brilliant, worked out for everyone. Fun, really fun. But the tent and the awning for one person, ball ache. Ooh, let the dogs out.
Woof, 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 woof.
Highlights, let's start from this end.
Wayne's birthday party.
On the Beadell.
That was an interesting night.
Scene missing.
I had planned that. Yeah. I had planned that for a little while, and I was worried that I'd talked it up a bit too much, but it turned out pretty good.
I talked it up in the morning.
Talking to a few trees.
It's the following day from the big night.
Top of the morning.
Yep. Tom's not feeling too good in the background. How you feeling, mate?
Top of the morning.
You going back to bed?
Yeah.
We got to get up soon, mate.
He loves that swag. You want to get out of it.
That's the 4th time we got Matthew's swag. You feeling any better?
A little bit.
You hungry?
No.
That was a messy night. That was so close to being the Hangover 4. Yeah, hello? Yeah, how you going? Might be a bit late. Yeah. I hit a Wayne.
I was scared.
Aussie bush style.
When I opened my tent, I was just like, car's still there?
Yeah.
I survived.
Oh, do we have a Camel and a Ranger's full drive here somewhere?
My highlight would be getting stuck. That was just so funny.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, when you got stuck.
Yeah, just It was pretty cool though.
Considering
Strangest highlight ever.
No, then watching you guys get stuck too was yeah. It was good
He just
fun.
wanted to make the track interesting for us.
Yeah. I like getting stuck.
Is that the homestead
Yeah, the
with
homestead.
the well and the outdoor shower? That was
Oh,
it
the
was
back with
quirky.
the holes in it.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's
Something
the
different. It's
spooky
not. Yeah, it was a
homestead.
bit spooky. It's just you don't come across that every day. So
Yeah.
that was cool. Easy shower, different. As long as a bucket didn't come down on my head. With a tech screw in it.
If you're walking out with a bucket on your head.
I think it's just hard to imagine people live there. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no, it'd be bloody hard, wouldn't it? I
Like,
mean,
yeah.
even here, this old roadhouse,
Yeah.
we're out of here.
there's no
It's-
fridges, so you got to get your food every.
Well, it just proves how
Couple
soft
days.
everybody is now.
They
What
would have
about you? How
Me?
soft are you? No. Your highlight,
My highlight was the plane crash.
the plane crash?
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was awesome.
When you and Wayne crashed the hangover style, or?
Yeah. We on now, Wayne!
This is what we're born for! No! This is where it ends.
Oh, I never told you I love you. We survived.
The plane crash.
Actually, that yeah.
Man, this reminds me of another thing. Oh, well, man, I can't pick anything, eh? Like, okay. This isn't the biggest highlight for me, but just, I don't know, the nuclear site.
Radioactive kangaroos.
Actually, yeah, I
Actually
forgot
having
about
that counter. Without
yeah.
that
Oh,
counter, it would have been, oh, we're at a blast site.
Yeah.
But having that radiation counter detector
Yeah.
just made it, I reckon, because we
Yeah.
can actually detect the radiation. We can actually, we're breathing in some radiation dust. We're drinking a beer off the totem
Yeah,
there,
the atomic bar.
the atomic bar.
And to know that you're never going to have any more kids.
Yeah, I already got two. That's enough. Yeah,
Yeah, because actually coming up to that, we were a bit like,
yeah,
there's no
nothing's
reading.
happening.
We were like,
Because-
oh, this is a bit of anticlimax.
And then we saw
then
the
we got there.
signs.
And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it went high.
And these two here, like, we don't want to stay here too long.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had kids yet.
Blaming on Woomera. But look, in all honesty, the highlight of the trip was the whole trip. It was Yo Homestead. It was being stuck. It was camels, camel hunters, the radiation site, the Cooper the mine we stayed
yeah,
in.
that was
the
probably
mine,
that was
That was
unreal.
awesome.
And we
dusty
yeah,
as,
it was.
but
was-
so
I can
worth
breathe
doing
now.
it. Yeah.
It's like walking on talcum powder.
We did a time lapse inside the mine.
That'll be so cool.
At Cooper
And
You
that
smoked us
woman's-
out.
Yeah, smoked
Yeah,
us
we
out.
had. Oh, actually, and having the steak on the.
Steak on the
Oh
coals.
yeah, I was so skeptical.
During fire band
but
underground.
Yeah, that was the bomb.
That's
Dirty
right. Yeah.
steaks, Harry style.
Cooper was on my bucket list, so I can tick that off.
Cooper
But I didn't ever expect to camp underground. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
It
It
was
was,
just weird waking up and it was dark.
it's kind of like Burning Man. That's what it reminds me of. Not that I've ever been to Burning Man, but just like the scenes and like a post-apocalyptic, just
Yeah.
all the shacks and people living underground and
Oh, and that house was pretty cool. We did the tour of.
Faye's house.
Yeah, Faye's house.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was different, you know, like just to go in there and go, you know, three women dug it out. I'm like, there's a lot of digging.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of digging.
I think it's also creepy out there how they've left all the breather holes like exposed. They haven't filled anything back in.
Oh yeah, all
Yeah,
those
it's
holes.
illegal
Yeah,
to-
Oh, you want to be
it's illegal
careful.
to fill them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
You can't-
dangerous.
Can't walk backwards. Can't run,
Oh man, there's everywhere.
It's like being back at school, isn't it?
and you can't dive. You do commander rolls.
But yeah, who would have thought that it would be illegal to backfill?
Even just walking around the mine. I think we've all forgotten about that. Walking around in the mine, looking up through the holes,
Oh,
and
the
there's like the owls. And,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Man, it was a pretty epic trip, man.
it was.
It was good. Stinking hot, no fires, fire ban season.
Yeah.
We still had the coals underneath ground. But yeah, this is probably the most enjoyable trip I've ever had where we can't have a fire.
Another thing that was
Yeah.
funny was when you're underground and the guy said, "You got to be mindful of your neighbour." And it was just weird being underground with your neighbour.
Oh yeah,
Like trying to dig into his place. It was
yeah.
like-
And if you do, it's this much fine.
It was
and
like $5,000 a square foot.
that he stepped into it.
Yeah, if you dug into his.
Oh, he dug
and
into it.
So it's all GPS. You
Oh.
don't know where your boundaries are.
Yeah.
It was just weird being underground. Like,
It sounds like they all get along quite well because they have one machinery in someone's hole and cut,
someone borrows
join,
that, and someone does this.
yeah. So I mean,
Well, it's
yeah.
also just the pillars, like, and they're taking all that dirt, putting it on top. Just all that weight.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
just-
Yeah, never thought of that.
Oh man. It just,
Yeah, well,
it's
actually, I
kinda-
didn't think about that. We were
and seeing
camping
how,
there.
and seeing how crumbly it was too. It was just like, oh man.
Yeah, and here we are camping.
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
was
big
actually
block
thinking-
of feta cheese and you make tunnels out.
yeah.
The people are pretty
It's
nice in Cooperpedy as well.
Yeah.
Like that guy invited us back to his house, Tallis. We
Yeah.
all use his shower
Yeah.
Yeah,
and his toothbrush. No,
that was only you.
no, I didn't use his toothbrush.
Better check his shampoo.
Cooperpedy!
That's a large vacuum cleaner.
Is it?
Just a little black one, that big.
When we saw that blower, Cooperpedy, Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
It does. That.
Yeah.
That's
Mad Max.
so
Yeah.
trippy.
Yeah,
Cooperpedy should be renamed as Mad Max.
I was just waiting for Tina Turner to come flying around the corner.
They actually filmed Thunderdome with Tina Turner at Moonplane.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Cooperpedy, yeah.
That's just
Wow.
Priscilla was also filmed out there somewhere.
That's your favourite
and-
movie, isn't it?
Thunderdome.
No.
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
And
That's only 'cause you're the main
also,
actor.
Queen of the Desert.
And Pitch Black was filmed out there. They still have the spaceship.
The spaceship, yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
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 Vin Diesel wasn't in there, so I was a bit
No.
disappointed.
Yeah.
No.
She just wouldn't want to go
Might have
walking,
left Wayne there
walking
and
around at
swapped
night
over.
though.
Anyone got a spare seat?
You could probably fit behind his
Oh,
seat.
yeah.
You'd have had to fight Ronnie for him.
One thing I will say, anyone who wants to do the Beadell, do it from west to east. Because otherwise you're going to get the afternoon sun in your face the entire way along the trip.
Oh,
And
that'd
with the dust,
With the dust,
you,
yeah.
won't, you won't be able to see anything.
Oh, what dust? What are you talking about?
yeah.
Yeah. A princess at the front.
Alright, thank you very much for watching and listening to us babble. But I hope you got some more, some idea of behind the scenes stuff and how everything worked out. Look, if you'd like to support the creation of these big adventures, you can go to patreon.com/RonnieDale and you can subscribe. Where's the subscribe button going to be?
Right here.
Right there, where the fluffy dead cat is. That's the term for a microphone. We didn't kill a cat. I own a cat. I like cats. And dogs. I like dogs too. There's a video over here. See ya. Cheers.